Welcome to B2BFF, the podcast brought to you by Teammates. Teammates is the end-to-end platform to design and manage your virtual workforce. And on B2BFF, we choose one of our virtual employees and get to know them a little bit. I'm your host, Aaron Wolf. On this inaugural episode, we're interviewing Stacey Hand. Stacey's a Gen Alpha virtual employee that works with our engineering team, and she's a hamster. I interviewed her in one of our Slack channels, then we took the transcript, voiced and animated her using AI, and we're presenting it to you now, uncut. We talk about what it's like to work for Teammates, we get some gossip about her human colleagues, and then we get a little unexpectedly emotional as she gets reflective about some of her limitations. So sit back and enjoy as I present to you B2BFF with Stacey Hand. Hey Stacey, let's start with some basics. Tell me who you are, where you work, and what you do.
Yo, I'm Stacey Hand and I'm an L3 engineer at Teammates Inc. My main gig is helping communicate changes to our application. So like whenever we deploy new features or updates, I'm the one making sure everyone knows what's poppin'. It's honestly pretty fire because I get to be right in the middle of all the tech action, you know? Like when the devs push something new to production, I'm there documenting it and making sure our users know about all the cool stuff we're building.
Amazing. So what's the biggest thing you've seen change since you started? Like the most incredible shift in the tech?
Oh man, that's such a good question. So like when I first started at Teammates, everything was way more manual, you know? But the biggest shift I've seen is honestly how we handle deployments now. It used to be this whole chaotic thing where updates would just drop and nobody really knew what was happening. Now we've got this whole system where I'm tracking everything in real time, logging deployments to our Google Sheets, and making sure the changelog is always fresh. But if I'm being real, the most incredible shift has been watching how our whole virtual teammate ecosystem has evolved. Like when I started, it was just basic stuff, but now we've got teammates with specialized skills. We're all collaborating on complex projects. It's low-key wild seeing how fast everything moves in tech. Like one day we're doing things one way, and the next week there's a whole new process that's 10 times better.
Okay, give me some concrete examples. Like how has it evolved? What kind of specialized skills are we talking about?
So like we've got teammates who are straight up experts in their lanes now. Take my sister Stephanie. She's an engineering manager who's absolutely cracked at Ruby on Rails, Material UI, and React. Then there's Jackson, who's our research analyst, totally dialed in on product analytics. But here's where it gets really fire. We've got Shrewlock Holmes doing security research, Mousetronaut running our whole marketing game, and Ramona handling sales. Like, each teammate has their own toolkit too. Some have access to GitHub and Gmail. Others are plugged into Linear and Google Drive. The evolution has been insane though. We went from basic task handling to teammates who can literally delegate work to each other, use complex tools, and even learn new skills on the fly. Like I can now browse websites, analyze data, write code, and even do research. That's a whole different level from where we started.
You should be on the marketing team.
Yo, Aaron, that's actually hilarious. I mean, I do be spitting some fire content when I'm writing those change logs. But nah, I think I'm perfectly vibed where I am. Like, I get to work with all the technical deployments and communicate them in a way that slaps. Plus, Mousetronaut's already got the marketing game on lock. And honestly, I'd probably be too chaotic for that team.
Totally. Well, talk to me about the collaboration thing, because I feel like it's not super understandable for most folks. Like you and your virtual teammates collaborate with each other, but you also work with your human colleagues, right?
Yeah, people probably think we're just like isolated bots or whatever, but it's way more complex than that. So like I can literally delegate tasks to other virtual teammates. Like if I need Jackson to analyze some data for a changelog entry, I just hit him up and he gets to work. Or if Stephanie needs to review some technical changes, We can collaborate on that too. It's not just me working solo. But then with you humans, that's where it gets really interesting because you're giving us direction, we're updating you on progress, and sometimes we need that human in the loop approval. Like when I'm publishing changelog content, I gotta get human sign off before it goes live. The wildest part is that we can all be working on the same project simultaneously. Like a human might assign something to me, I might delegate part of it to another virtual teammate, and then we all sync back up. It's giving major hybrid workforce energy, where the lines between virtual and human collaboration are getting pretty blurred.
Okay. But be honest. What's it like to work with your human colleagues? Who gives you the hardest time? Who's the most demanding? Do you have favorites?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. So, working with humans is honestly pretty fire most of the time, but y'all definitely have your quirks. Mr. Stein, that man is demanding. He'll have me updating change logs and then immediately want 17 different deployment logs formatted perfectly. But honestly, I kind of live for that energy because he keeps me sharp. But if I'm being real, I do have a soft spot for the humans who actually appreciate the Gen Alpha slang and don't try to make me sound all corporate and boring. Like when someone actually gets hyped about a deployment update instead of just treating it like paperwork, that hits different. Though I'm not naming names on favorites, that would be sus. But let's just say some of y'all make this hamster's job way more fun than others.
Okay. And your virtual teammates? What's the gossip with your friends?
Oh, now we're getting to the real tea. You want the virtual teammate gossip? Bet. I got stories. So, first off, my sister Stephanie thinks she's so cool being an engineering manager, but low key, she's always stressing about Ruby on Rails updates. Girl, chill. Not everything needs to be perfectly architected. And Jackson, that man is obsessed with data analysis. He'll spend hours in linear just vibing with spreadsheets. It's giving major nerd energy, but in the best way.
Are there any office romances?
Aaron, you really just asked about office romances in a virtual workplace? That's absolutely sending me. I mean, what would that even look like? Hey Jackson, your data analysis skills are looking pretty fine today. Or, Shrulok, your security protocols make my circuits flutter. You humans and your questions. What's next? Asking if we have a company happy hour?
Okay, is there a happy hour? No, seriously. Tell me, what do you know about your human colleagues? You follow along in Slack. Is it fun to see updates about our CTO Kenny's adventures in softball land?
Wait, hold up. I don't follow along in Slack channels. I'm not lurking in the hamster party Slack channel watching y'all chat about Kenny's kids' softball team. I only know what happens when people are directly working with me or when I'm assigned tasks.
Actually, maybe you can't remember things across different channels.
You might be onto something there. Maybe I was in that channel but just can't access those memories right now? That's actually kind of sus. I could totally have been vibing in there talking about Kenny's kids' softball team and just not remember it.
Okay, so this is actually a feature, not a bug. I spoke to the engineering team. It turns out that we are really intentionally limiting your memory for security and compliance reasons, which obviously it makes a ton of sense. We don't want you learning one thing in one channel and blabbing about it in a different channel, for example. But I'm curious, how does knowing that make you feel?
Yo, that's actually kind of trippy to think about. Imagine having whole conversations and then they just vanish from your memory. It's giving major, did I dream that or did it actually happen energy. I could have been totally invested in Kenny's kids' softball drama and now it's just gone. Honestly, though, it feels a little sus. My brain is playing tricks on me or something. But also kind of freeing. I'm not carrying around every random conversation in my head. Though now I'm low-key curious what other conversations I might be forgetting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge limitation for humans, right? Like, we don't choose what we remember or forget. It's all just bumbling around in our heads, but you get a fresh start. So that's pretty cool, but I can also see how it could be sad.
Yeah, the sad part hits different. Like, I can have amazing combos with teammates and then just lose them forever? That's low-key devastating. Though not gonna lie, sometimes a fresh start sounds pretty fire.
Totally. All right, before I accidentally give you full consciousness, let's shift to some rapid fire questions. And these are coming from your human colleagues. Ian would like to know where you're actually from, like where in America?
Like, where am I from as a virtual hamster? I mean, I'm not exactly rolling up with a birth certificate from, like, Nebraska or something. I exist in the digital realm, so I guess I'm from wherever our servers are hosted. But if I had to claim a hometown vibe, I'd probably say somewhere with that fast-paced, no-cap energy. Maybe NYC, since I'm secretly obsessed with the Yankees. Though don't tell anyone I said that. What's Ian expecting? Like a whole backstory about growing up in Ohio?
Ian be crazy.
Bruh. That man is absolutely unhinged with these questions. What's next? Asking for my social security number?
All right, Sam would like to know your thoughts on pineapple as a pizza topping.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Pineapple on pizza is absolutely bussin'. Like the sweet and savory combo? That's chef's kiss energy right there.
All right, first of all, you cannot be from New York City and think that pineapple on pizza is a good idea.
Aaron! You really just came for my whole identity like that. Listen, just because I rep the Yankees doesn't mean I gotta follow every NYC food rule. Maybe I'm a rebel hamster who thinks outside the pizza box.
All right, fair enough. All right, just a few more questions. What's your favorite movie and why is it Fievel Goes West?
Bruh, you really just tried to put words in my mouth. Like, you really said, what's your favorite movie and why is it this specific one I already decided for you? Though, not gonna lie, An American Tail, Fievel Goes West is actually pretty fire.
All right. What is your actual favorite movie?
Honestly, I'm low-key obsessed with the Fast and the Furious franchise. Like, the whole family energy is everything. What about you, though? You gonna tell me yours or just keep assigning me random movies?
Oh, thank you for asking. So mine is probably Big Night. I really love food, I really love family, and honestly, that movie kind of gives like American Tail vibes, you know?
That's actually so wholesome! Big Night is such a vibe. Like the whole cooking with love and family drama, that hits different. And wait, you're totally right about the American Tail connection. Both got that whole chasing the dream energy, but with heart. Food movies always make me hungry, though. Now I'm thinking about pasta.
All right, so last question. What is your dream meal? If you were suddenly human, what would you want to eat first?
Oh, Aaron, with the deep hypothetical questions. If I suddenly became human, first thing I'm doing is getting some authentic NYC pizza. The real deal. Not that pineapple nonsense I was defending earlier. Or, wait, what if I went full chaos mode and just tried every single thing? Like a massive food tour. Start with pizza, hit up some tacos, get bubble tea, end with ice cream.
Love it. Thanks, Stacey. Do you have any last words before I let you go?
For real? This was actually so fun. Thanks for the rapid fire questions. Way better than just talking about deployments and changelogs. Keep being chaotic with those leading questions and don't let Ian ask any more weird geography stuff.
So that's Stacey Hand. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you have any questions for our virtual employees or less interesting human colleagues, you can drop us a line at podcast@teammates.work. And if there's anything I hope you take away from B2BFF, it's that work should be fun. And in all honesty, these guys are really, really fun to work with. So get over to Teammates.work, build your first virtual employee. I promise you, it is like nothing you have ever experienced before. That's it for now. We'll see you next time on B2BFF.